Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Well, you're going to love this one. They had a primary in Nevada, and Nikki Haley was the only person basically on the ballot, and she lost to literally none of the above, literally no one. It's amazing to me. It really is. I mean, I can see her strategy to a certain extent. Stick it out till the very end. So one of these cases, Trump's going to be found guilty. And then they'll say disqualify him, and I'll be the ipso facto Republican nominee. But she's just basically a Democrat light, progressive light, actually. Let's read on. This is so pitiful. Trump world, Democrats unite in trailing Nikki Haley after loss to literally no one in Nevada primary. None of these candidates led Haley by around 30 points. It's, how do you lose to no one? There was one, I think, I live in upstate New York, just above the Pennsylvania border in the southern tier. And just over the border in Pennsylvania, there was a sheriff one time that passed away before the election. They couldn't get his name off the ballot. And he won. So his opponent for sheriff lost to somebody that died. I mean, that's about how pitiful this is. Nikki Haley's loss in last night's Nevada Republican primary formed an unlikely and albeit temporary alliance between Democrats and supporters of Donald Trump. They've united in trolling the former UN ambassador for losing to literally no one. I'm a little surprised because the progressives, at least the ones in the media who have all the sway, would be ragging Nikki Haley because that's who they want to run against. With the majority of the votes counted, the results show Haley with around 30% of the vote, despite being the only candidate left in the race that appeared on the primary ballot as Trump chose to participate in the state's caucus, which will be held Thursday. The winner of the primary, none of these candidates, with around 63% of the vote. Congratulations to Nikki Haley on being the second choice of Nevadans to no one and winning a grand total of 0 delegates. And our apologies to Donald Trump, who will win the same number of electoral votes in Nevada this November, Democrat National Committee spokesmember Alex Floyd said in a statement. Looking back, I wonder if Nikki Haley regrets not debating none of these candidates who handily defeated her in Nevada, former strategist David Axelrod wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Lost by 30 points to literally no one. And she's losing her home state supposedly by 27%. She was the former governor of South Carolina. Well, that's coming up. We just got some posts here from Twitter. She lost to none of the candidates. It was time to drop out, but she's going to stay just in case Trump is found guilty, and he's going to be found guilty on one of these things. And then the crap's going to hit the fan. Are they going to incarcerate him? Are they going to cuff him there? Will the Secret Service surround him and protect him? There's some territory that's never been crossed here. Never been crossed. Anyway, let's get back to the story. A number of Trump's staunchest supporters took to X, formerly Twitter, to rub salt in Haley's wound. Yeah, how does she go on? She lost to no one. Haley's donors would have been better off giving it to no candidate. Yeah. Trump wasn't on the ballot in Nevada last night, but Nikki Haley still lost to some guy named none of these candidates. The New York Times' Maggie Haberman posted a quote from Alex Pfeiffer, communications director for pro-Trump super PAC MAGA Inc., joking that Haley's donors would have been better off giving it to no candidate. That's amazing. And there she is. Now, those of you who don't know, she used to work for President Trump as UN ambassador. And she actually did a decent job. Maybe she was just hiding it the whole time. Maybe her mind just slipped. Now she's talking about trans stuff, and it's amazing to me. She sounds more progressive than some of the Democrats do. Oh, God. Olivia Perez Cubas, the national spokesperson for the Haley campaign, told Fox News that Haley is full steam ahead dun, 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 in South Carolina in future primaries. That's her home state as the former governor. She's behind by more than 25 points. Even Donald Trump knows when you play penny slots, the House wins. Oh, in other words, it was nickels and dimes and pennies as Nevada. It doesn't really count. She really didn't spend any time there or any money there. But the fact of the matter is she lost to no one. Others chimed in, including members of the media like the Federalist Sean Davis, who wrote, it was a one-person race, and Nikki Haley still managed to lose. That's exactly right. A one-person race, and she still managed to lose. How do you lose to no one? And here's some of the numbers here. I think the vast majority of the balloting is in. None of these candidates got 61.4%. Nikki Haley got 32.2%. That's almost a 30-point swing to none of these candidates. It's amazing. It truly is. And then it shows it again. Is it a sign to drop out? It's really something. Well, granted, that's not the most flattering picture of Nikki Haley, but I don't know if it's ego-driven or dislike for Trump, who she used to work for. As UN ambassador, like I said, I think her only strategy now, the Democrats will love this, by the way. If somehow, some way, President Trump was found guilty of one of these charges and was taken off the ballot, and Nikki Haley ended up being the Republican candidate, she would be incredibly easy to beat. And the Democrats know this. That's why she got about 40% of her vote in New Hampshire was from progressive Democrats, because it's an open primary state. So they said they were undecided, not committed to a candidate, and a lot of them voted for Nikki Haley to make it look closer than it was. So almost half of her votes in New Hampshire were from progressive Democrats in the primary only, but all those interviewed, there were Democrats said, well, I would never vote for her in the general. We just did that to try to screw over Trump. And that's her base. Never Trumpers is her base. Well, you never Trumpers out there, he's going to win the nomination. It's as sure as the sun's coming up tomorrow. The other deciding factor is this. You Trump derangement syndrome Republicans, you rhinos, you neocons like she is, if Trump gets a nomination, I'm not voting for him. Okay. That small percent might be enough to put Biden over the top. So your hatred and dislike for Donald Trump is going to screw over 300 million people, and God knows how many hundreds of millions around the world, depending on where there's war or not, or the way the economy goes. You're willing to do that because you dislike Donald Trump. I mean, think about that for a minute. That's like junior high school, elementary school. I don't like you. I don't like you. Why? I just don't like you. That's like Mean Girl stuff. It's amazing to me. It truly, truly is. Maybe with a change of the RNC chair, now that Ronna McDaniel is leaving, I hope they get somebody good, and I think they will. I think they'll get a go-getter. They'll get somebody that can raise a lot of money. The Republican National Committee right now has half what the Democrat National Committee has in cash on hand. So we're going to have to see. But it's a long ways in November. And the RNC can bounce back. It sees 10, 12, 15% of neocons, anti-Trump Republicans, like Liz Cheney, that are out there that could turn the tide in the general election. So if the election is really close, and Biden, if he's the candidate, wins the election, remember something, you so-called Republicans. You just screwed yourselves and 300 plus million other people in the U.S. You're willing to stand inside your house and light it on fire and just stand there while it burns while you're in it. It's amazing to me. People sometimes, they just suck. What's your opinion? Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.